Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining another Ready to Ride Pilates, the horse rider session where today we are going to be working on your coordination. So let's get going. We are going to start just thinking about getting you in a good posture before we start. And I'd like you to have that feeling of a nice light head and that elastic spine drawing you up tall without letting you get too fixed and rigid. Soften through your arms, check your headlights are pointing straight ahead. And try to have that nice equal weight through both of your feet. And we're going to start off getting you doing some walking. So thinking about those diagonal pairs or opposite pairs of arms and legs. Keeping your toes on the floor. Getting your brain in gear by thinking, is your breathing staying regular? Are you keeping your ribs gently sinking down towards your pelvis? So watching that. You're not letting your ribs spring forwards and up as your arms go. And are your headlights staying straight ahead? Then we're going to take this into your lunge position. So you have one foot in front of the other. And now you should feel that you're moving forwards and backwards with your weight, with your pelvis, as you do your lunge walking. And now you think about even more what your ribs are up to. So keeping your ribs gently sinking down towards your pelvis, and watch that your headlights going straight forwards and backwards if on a set of tram lines, not around a corner. And then we're going to swap and do this with the other foot in front. So off you go again, exactly the same thing. You may well find though that doing one way is easier than the other depending on your leading leg. Don't worry, that's quite normal, but again, think ribs downwards, headlights forwards, pelvic floor onto floor 3. Okie doke. Right, bring your arms back down. We're going to go to the end of your mat. And I would like you to stand with your feet together, your knees soft, hands on the front of your thighs, chin onto your chest, and slide your hands down, curling up as tight as you can through your spine as you go. Pause the bottom for a nice breath in. And as you breathe out, slide your hands back up, tuck down with your pelvis and uncurl through to the very top of your neck. And again, chin into your chest, and this time try to feel that you're moving every single vertebrae in turn, one at a time right down so that your pelvis moves last of all. Another breath in at the bottom. This time stack down with your pelvis and then try to stack every vertebrae one at a time until you get to the very top. Then one last go, chin into your chest, and again try to feel that you're moving every single vertebrae in turn, right down to the very base of your spine. This time, as you breathe out, bend your knees, and we're going down onto your mat, and we're going to go onto your back. And we're going to start off with your hip twist exercise. So I would like you to have that nice neutral tummy position. If you've got a spiky ball handy, by all means use it. Neutral tummy, pelvic floor onto floor 3. If you want to have your hands onto your headlights to give you a bit of feedback, that can be very useful. Feet and knees approximately hip width apart. If you're going to go from the floor, we're taking each knee out to the side in turn. If you're going to go from tabletop, you're going to take each leg out to the side in turn. Whichever one you're doing, keep those headlights absolutely level. Use the feedback from your hands to make sure your pelvis is staying absolutely still. Watch your breathing, make sure that's regular too, and try to keep your ribs gently down towards your pelvis so that you're not having them pinging you up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to add your arms into the equation. So bring your hands up to the ceiling or the sky. And this time as you take one leg out, you take the opposite arm to the opposite side. So now you've lost that little bit of feedback from your hands on your headlights, but actually you should find it a little bit easier because your arm going the opposite way should help to just balance you a little bit. But your brain does have to concentrate quite hard now on keeping everything all working together. So ribs to pelvis, pelvic floor onto floor 3, regular breathing. We're going to do one more each way. Okay, arms down, one at a time. feet back down. We're going to move straight on to your scissors. So again, if you want to have your hands onto your headlights, that's absolutely fine. Neutral pelvis position, pelvic floor onto floor 3. Then moving from the hip, you're bringing each leg up to tabletop and back down again. If you want to go from tabletop, then you can go from here and each foot down and back up again. Whichever version, move from the hips, keep your knees at 90, neutral tummy, pelvic floor onto floor 3. We're going to add in your arms. If you're going from tabletop, again, it's the opposite arm, it's going in the opposite direction. If you're going from the floor, you'll find that your arm and leg are going in the same direction. So it's slightly different, this one, depending on which version you're doing. But again, think hard. Are your ribs staying down towards your pelvis? Is that pelvic floor onto floor 3? Are your arm and leg moving in synchronization? Are you still breathing? That was a good one. Do one more with each leg, or each pair. Okay, then feet down one at a time. If you've been using a headrest, slide it out of the way because we're going to move on to your shoulder bridge. Check feet and knees are approximately hip width apart, neutral tummy before you start, pelvic floor onto floor 3, and then you're going to roll back, imprint your low back and peel up each vertebrae one at a time until you get to the top. At the top, check you haven't over straightened through here. Make sure you can do a nice breath in, and as you come back down, every vertebrae one at a time until you get to the bottom. Now then, I'd like you to bring your hands up so your hands are above your shoulders, and then this time do your imprint, heel up and stay at the top. And I'd like you to see if you can hold that position whilst doing your hip dips. So your knees are now staying still, approximately hip width apart. Your hands are staying still and soft, shoulder width apart, but your pelvis is moving, but you want to make sure that you're just dipping through one side and not dipping one side and lifting through the other. So you've got lots of things going on. Your knees, your hands staying still and soft, your pelvis is on the go, but just that one side. Keep your breathing regular and your pelvic floor onto floor 3. Last one. Okay, bring yourselves back down, but keep your hands where they are because we're going to go straight in to synchronizing your shoulder bridge with taking your arms over your head. Then bring your bridge back down and bring your hands back up to the top. So now we are synchronizing your spine movement with your arm movement. Watching at the top, you don't go too far and find your ribs go with you. Don't forget, or don't sacrifice the quality of your spinal movement because you're thinking about your arms. But equally, don't forget about your hand position. So equal distance apart, soft hands, because you're thinking about your spine. So you need to think about both parts of you equally. I'll do 2 more of this one. Last one coming, make it a really good one. And then bring your arms back down. And we're going to come up into standing, as we're going to go straight into a nice complicated squat exercise. So we are going to go into your squat position with your arms out as if you were going over a fence. Keeping your hands level, just like you did before, you're going to do legs to the side. So keep soft and level and balanced through your upper body. Keep your headlights to the front. And then try to move your legs equally, evenly, side to side. So your upper body is still and soft, hands are staying static, but your legs are on the move. If you can do your pelvic floor at the same time, even better. Good job. This is quite tricky. We'll do one more with each leg. Super duper. Bring yourselves back up. Just walk on the spot, loosen off through your legs. And now we're going to do a lovely challenging exercise. I love this one because it's such a good challenge for the brain. We're going to do your foot series with your arms. So I suggest for this one that you watch my arms and listen to the comments or the prompts for your legs. So you're going to go up onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels and straighten. Onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels, straighten. Onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels, straighten. Onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels, straighten. One more. Onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels, straighten. Then we're going to go straight into the reverse. So same thing. Listen to the prompts for your legs, watch my hands. So bend your knees, lift your heels, straighten and down. Bend, lift, straighten, down. Bend, lift, straighten, down. Bend, lift, straighten, down. Bend, lift, straighten, down. One more. Bend, lift, straighten, down. Good job. Okay, you're going to go straight onto one leg now. And I'd like you to see if you can close your eyes. Ooh, she says falling over. But not only that, see if you can do that and keep relaxed through your upper body. So try to keep your balance, relax through your upper body. So important to maintain relaxation even when your body is working quite hard. Okay, open your eyes. I'm going to swap, stand on the other leg. And again, see if, try not to fall over before you even start, see if you can close your eyes, keep your balance, and then maintain that relaxation through your upper body. Remember, tension is the enemy when you're riding, because the horse will pick it up and become tense itself. Super job. Okay, open your eyes. Both feet onto the floor, and we're going to finish with an exercise called the corkscrew. So you're going to bring your arms up above your head, bring your hands down behind your neck, shrug your shoulders up and down, and then bring your hands up and down in front. This time think about your rib positioning. So keep your ribs down until I tell you to let go. So ribs stay down. As you shrug your shoulders, let go with your ribs, and then bring your ribs back down. So ribs stay down. Let your ribs go. Bring your ribs down. Ribs stay down. Let your ribs go. And bring the ribs down. We're going to do one more just the same. And let the ribs go for the shrug. And bring your arms back down by your side. Then just check your feet are equal underneath you. Shoulders back and down and open, and your head is light. And we are going to finish there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found some of those challenges useful. They're always quite entertaining to see just how on it your brain is. It's so important to keep working on that for when you are in the saddle. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. It means such a lot. Every single subscriber makes such a difference to me. And take care. I'll see you again very soon.